One of the most popular split is push-pull leg. It's a very old split that came after bro split, and it fixes issues with bro split. In this modern day, we all know that bro splits aren't effective because the frequency isn't there to effectively grow muscles. And doing all the work, all the volume for 1 week in just one session isn't really effective. But hey, if it works for you, keep doing it. Because just by going into the gym, you're already better than a lot of people. But if you want to elevate your training to another level, then you should really consider switching plans. Push-pull legs makes sense, right? It's a really simple split. It's beginner friendly, there's nothing hard to understand, it's easy to program. You have push day for push muscles, you have pull day for pull muscles, and a leg day, and then you repeat. So 6-day split. Simple, right? Push-pull legs is a staple lift that everyone tried at least once. Push-pull legs has its problems though, but they are really easy to fix. It's mostly about programming. Nowadays it's a trend that people talk about push-pull legs like it's a dead split and nobody should do it or else you're not gonna grow any muscle. In my opinion, it doesn't even have that many problems. Just the problems are like really big. In this video, I will try to cover the issues with push-pull legs and I'll try to fix it for you so you can maximize muscle growth. A lot of people say that 6 days of training is too much and you should run a max 5-day split or 3 days or 4 days. I agree with them. For you to train all the muscles 2 times a week, you have to go 6 times, which is a lot, not gonna lie, but if you have someone that lives in the gym and really enjoys push-pull leg split, then you can't really convince them to run another split or force them into it in the worst case. And instead of enjoying the gym, they hate it now. So rather than just saying run the other split, you can try to fix the core of the split itself. So first problem would be the frequency and time management. If you are willing to try and make change, you can run push-pull legs upper-lower. This split has your classic push-pull legs in it, but it adds upper-lower split into it. So it's like a hybrid split for 5 days. The additional 1 day of rest and just not going for 1 day does wonders. You would be surprised. But if your schedule is really tight, you have other hobbies, kids, job, other responsibilities, then I recommend running upper-lower or full body. Try it for at least 3 months. Trust me, you won't regret it. I think upper-lower is one of the best splits out there. I always preach for frequency rather than all the volume in one session. And some people like doing push-pull legs for 3 days. This is exactly what you don't want to do. So if you are someone that always misses some day in the push-pull leg split, consider switching to the other split. I know, I just told you to continue running push-pull leg if you enjoy it. But if you want maximum gains and you just have 3 to 4 days to train, you don't have really much, of a choice. So really consider upper-lower or full body. Careful with the full body though. It's by far the hardest split to program. You can't freestyle it. like push-pull leg. On push-pull legs, it's intuition, you know, you have push muscle, then okay, bench press, for example. But with full body, you have to be careful. So if you want to run full body, I recommend searching up on YouTube or Google. I recommend YouTube. You know, search up some program, some full body program. And you know, there is a split where you train only for 4 days, like upper lower. You will always be so excited, you know, for every session. And with upper lower, you can still bias muscles by starting off with back on the first upper day, and on the second upper day you start off with chest, for example. The same with legs. You can have quad focus day or hamstring focus day. And look, if you go on Monday and Tuesday, you already have 50% of the split done. You know, then you can be busy with work, for example, you know, so you go on Thursday, then Friday, you know, you have party or some shit, next day you wake up hungover, so say, fuck the gym, I'll go the next day. So you go on Sunday. Moral of the story? First of all, don't drink alcohol, it kills your gains and your test. Second of all, you have much more freedom to complete the split. You can miss 3 days and still completing all the volume. Just one thing, if you go on Sunday, rest on Monday and start your upper lower with Tuesday. For me, for example, I train Muay Thai in addition, so I have to run a 4-day split to properly recover from all of that, and it allows me to train both effectively. But if you can manage to run push-pull legs, then great, run push-pull legs, good for you. You can skip that part that I previously told you. The second issue is that push-pull legs is not really great for building arm size. There's just not enough arms isolations. Push-pull legs is a torso dominant split. Most of the people who train push-pull legs, they do a shit ton volume on chest and back, and then do like 3 sets of arms. This is just not enough. You need some volume to grow your arms. What's the solution then? Make your first 3 days torso dominant and the other 3 arm dominant. For example, when you do push day 1, you do your compounds, you know, bench press, classic, you know, because it's the most fatiguing on your body. For example, on push day 1, you do your compounds, so bench press or weighted dips, for example. Then you do some chest isolation, then some tricep isolation. I recommend choosing an exercise that targets your long head of the triceps. Then on the push day 2, you start off with dips or closed grip bench press. So a compound movement that mainly targets your triceps. And then instead of doing isolation for your chest or doing another assisted press variation like, you know, dumbbell bench press, for example, or some chest machine, you train your triceps. So choose some long head exercise and then some medial head exercise. And then you isolate your chest with flies or something. Or you can still do the chest press machine or dumbbell bench press. This day would be arm dominant. I'll put an example on the screen. By programming it like this, you will eliminate the torso dominance. So these were the quick fixes for push-pull legs. And look, at the end of the day, there is no things such as a best split. The best split is the split that you can follow for a long time and you don't burn out from it. People have different needs and respond differently to all of the splits. There are still people that respond well to bro splits. Choose what's good for you. I'm just telling you what worked best for me and what works for a lot of people. Hope you found this helpful. Peace.